live at 3:08 p.m. just outside of Toronto time. It's so good to see you. How's it going? I'll give you guys a minute to come on in, but it's a beautiful Friday afternoon. Absolutely beautiful, stunning, and gorgeous, including the chemtrails. But I'm just happy to be here. What is happening? What is happening? Guys, it's a beautiful Friday. I'm parked outside the gym. Gonna go get a good workout, get some hemoglobin, gonna wear a little bit of perfume, gonna enjoy my moments, my sessions, my sweat, my pain, my agony, but also my victories. What is happening? Dushan, good to see Dushan. Hope you're doing well. Fine, sir. Good evening from a bar. Have you done kissing? What is happening? Are you done kissing? The angry Bosnian is here. Salute to you, good man. Charles, what's happening? Ouds Radieux. Yes, I hope I brought my bottle. I think I did. I should have. All right, I did. I've got it. There's something going on with these Cartier bottles, and I'm not exactly sure, but it's like they're rusting on me. I'm noticing. So here's I've got the old OG packaging with the gold painted on the bottle. All right, it's not, it's probably just spray paint. But you can see here, there's some oxidization starting to form here, right? And it looks like little rust spots forming on my bottle. And this is happening on more and more of my Cartier Ouds bottles. It's getting these oxidation marks, which is kind of ugly, you know what I mean? It sucks to see, because they're so pricey, these things. These things are now, I just checked the Cartier website, 440 Canadian dollars for 75 mil. But they are pure parfum. This is pure parfum concentration. So Ouds Radieux, probably the freshest from the Ouds collection. Actually, this is super fresh compared to all the other ones. All the other ones are really dark and heavy. I don't actually get a whole lot of Ouds from this. Very woody, but not Ouds in kind of that like typical sense or fashion. Very fresh, citrusy fresh, spicy fresh. Spicy fresh. No, we do not want your available Wi-Fi network nearby. No, I know you just want my data. Yeah, so let us know what you guys are wearing. Let us know how life is treating you. What is happening? Today is coughing. No kissing. Coughing? What's going on? I missed the thoughts on Une Rose de Kandahar. Are you a fan? You know what? We can talk about Une Rose. I've got it right here. Yes, I think this is now in my top 5 rose perfumes of all time. Absolutely stunning, beautiful, and gorgeous as well. I forgot so much about this, but almond, I think there's heliotrope in here. Very powdery. Oh my God, the powder comes alive. The vanilla powder comes alive in the base, but it's kind of a bitter, green, jammy rose, fruity rose, very fruity. Spicy though, absolutely beautiful. It does, it does kind of remind me of, not that it's, in the way that it plays out, like Rose Barbar. I got a lot of similarities in things like the vanilla, right? The rose, the bitterness, the fruitiness. Really, really beautiful rose perfume. I love this stuff, which makes me want to visit like more Tauers. And I've got also the Incense Rose, Tauer's Incense Rose, which is amazing as well, but completely different. Very dry, almost like a dusty rose, like something you'd find on a dusty trail or something. Dry and dusty rose. This is green and tart and fruity and bitter and gourmandy. What's happening, Dan? Good to see Dan. Radiant Ouds? No, it's called Ouds Radieux. Like a radio. Yeah, like a radio. There you go. Ouds Radieux. I guess it does mean like a radiant or something. It probably translates into radiant, but this stuff is really, really good. So I get a lot of citrus, but like bergamot, but I don't know if it's this pepper that's kind of included in it or it's blended with, but the bergamot seems really lively to me. Like the citrus in here feels unlike any kind of citrus I've ever smelled before. You know, it's green and veiny and sparkling. It's stunning. You know what I mean? It's absolutely stunning. And I just spray some. I don't really get oud from this though. Like the dark, smoky, scratchy stuff. Like I wore Oud Santal yesterday. That was my scent today. Oud and Santal. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous oud. I love that stuff. That reminds me of, I mean, that kind of smells like Jubilation. If you like Jubilation from Amouage, I would highly recommend Oud and Santal. It's every bit as gorgeous as Jubilation. But I don't get that type of oud in here. This is very different. This is way more fresher. Oud and Santal is very smoky and creamy and sensual. Super incensey. The incense accord in Santal is absolutely stunning. Happy Friday, everyone. Yeah, it's good to see everyone. Let us know what perfume you're wearing. Let us know how life is treating. Let us know what you guys are up to. What is happening on your Friday? I've got the day off. I'm gonna go blast the gym for a bit and then take care of some other things. Janet, good to see Janet. I just got Lourd Mysterio the other day. I've got that as well. Mysterio. How are you enjoying it? Dan says, how are you? How's everyone? I'm doing great, Dan. Thank you for asking. How are you? How are you? How's everyone in the chat doing? Guys, double tap the screen, like the stream. We got 6 likes, 31 in the house. Greetings from Dees. Happy Friday. The ginger is amazing. It is. It's very fresh. Fresh, fresh, fresh and spicy. But incredibly fresh. But hey, what's happening, Jared? Good to see Jared. Charles says oud and ombre equals ombre sultan plus oud. Yeah, it's really stunning. I've got oud and ombre. Very beautiful. Unbelievably beautiful. Caramelly, right, and sensual, but it's also vanillic as well. Lots of vanilla, balsams, resins, smoke, spice, but the way it's blended is so incredibly beautiful. It just like blooms. They bloom beautifully. That's a great word. These things really bloom. Just left the dentist. Scent of the day, Silver Mountain. Dude, you're at the dentist as much as I go to the gym, it seems like. Every time you're in the chat, you're at the dentist. What's going on? Dan getting his whites all pearly up. Dushan says, scent of the night, Berdus, or what? Koja. Something Russian leather. Some sort of Russian leather here. Ruskia Koja. Berdua Ruskia Koja. All right, low cash. Ois, good to see Ois on Friday afternoon. Guys, let us know your what perfume you're wearing. Let us know how life is treating you. It's really beautiful out. Are we good? All right. Somebody tried calling in the middle of a stream, so it cuts me off. My deepest apologies. I gotta turn, how do you turn the phone off when you're streaming? Phone off, all incoming calls off. Go, oh, yo, spam, spam, spam. Ah, yeah, so Dushan's in his Russian leather, good old Russian leather. Is there any birch tar in that Russian leather, douche? On. Dan says, by the way, I smell Davidoff Cool Elixir, and it has oud and rose oxide in it. just say a must-have. Really, a Davidoff is a must-have? It's been a very long time since I've heard there's a Davidoff that somebody must own. Oh man, so I gotta try this now. Davidoff Cool Elixir. Jared is in Dior Home Cologne. Very nice. Freshie. That's one I don't own, Jared. Janet says, yesterday I was wearing Guerlain L'instant Magic EDP. That is a beautiful subtle rose. I have the original L'instant for women. I love it. Big bosoming floral. It's a huge floral. But I don't have the magic. As a master perfumer, what is rose oxide to you? Who are you calling master perfumer? I am not a master perfumer. Rose oxide would be something, I don't know, I guess fresh and smell like a vinaigrette or something. How would you explain oxide? Oxidation. I'd have to smell it to explain it. Weather over there looks beautiful. What are you looking forward to wearing in the summer? No, it's great. It's great. It's really dry today. It's nice. What am I looking forward to wearing? You know, I'm just trying to get out like the last of my heavy perfumes before it gets very, very, very hot. So yesterday I wore Ouds and Santal. The other day the day before I had Feet. I think I had Feet. Ooh, that could have been dangerous. Yeah. What am I looking forward to wearing? Freshie wise? Now, and I still haven't worn En Passant. I'm looking forward to wearing En Passant, which is a big lilac. And I know right now is lilac seasons, but can you believe I have not come across a single lilac yet? Like the smell wise. Driven past lots, but I have not been captured or sedated by a lilac yet. Wood smush. Come and get it. Come and get it, G-Spot. L'Instant Magic is a very elegant, powdery scent, says Omar. I love powders. Angry Bosnian not wearing anything. Antonio Hobson, what is happening? How you doing? Doing great, thanks. How you doing? Antonio Hobson says, legs and arms, 2-mile run. Scent of the day is Zerjoff Neo. So, yeah. Today might be chest day. Might be a big chest day at the gym today. Antonio Hobson. Bobby Dior, what is happening? Bobby Ono and Christian Dior Ombre Nuit Powder Hound. Big rose and benzoin, isn't it? What's going on, bro? No scent of the day. Yeah, that's cool. You'll get there. Good to see delis. Sutu, what is happening? Dushan with a big super chat. 1,000 Serbian dinars. Thank you so much, Dushan, you kind sir. What can we ever do to repay you? Enjoy the weekend, ladies and mates. Like the stream for Les Abstray. Thank you so much, Dushan. A generous, kind soul. We appreciate you. Janet says, Rocha's Femme EDT is her scent of the day. Love Rocha's Femme. All right. Jupiter. Enjoy the pound. Omar says, scent of the day, Tear EDT. Wife hates how citrusy it is, but I'll shower before she's back. That's my brother-in-law's kind of, one of his signatures, Tear. I love Tear. I can't believe anyone finds Tear offensive. It's just like citrus and vetiver and very clean and musky. So I think that might be the first time I've heard that someone finds Tear offensive. Carl Anderson is in Shedigi, good to see Carl Anderson. Love this stuff, but it might be too sweet for you. I had Shedigi at one point, sold it. Kind of an interesting amber, but that was very early on. A bit of Fève de Lys vibes from it. Ooh, Fève de Lys. Benji is in Guerlain the Vetiver. Good to see Benji. Hope you're having a great day, Benji. Carry On says, my husband doesn't even notice that I'm wearing perfume, except for then I'm wearing Portrait of a Lady. Oh, you can't miss Portrait of a Lady. Everybody gonna notice that. I get no oud from Ouds Radieux. Kevin, I was just saying the same thing. Like, where did my bottle go? Yeah, it's not, it's very woody, but not oud in like any sort of typical reference. It's just more woody and citrusy and spicy. Yeah, but I don't get typical oud. Doing fantastic, says Antonio Hapson. So glad to hear that. Everybody's doing great. Put it on Do Not Disturb. I've never really done that, but how do you put it on Do Not Disturb? I just leave the phone in the other room when I go to sleep. Sutu says, scent of the day, Perfume Haute Noir. Is that the Bulgari? Izuku, scent of the night, Declaration. Love it. Another Cartier. Masterpiece. Declaration, I think we can classify as a masterpiece. Yes. Consciously and collectively, we can all consider Declaration a masterpiece. Do we all agree here? Declaration, a big masterpiece. Dushan doing great. Janet says, happy Friday from Alberta, everyone. Yes, happy Alberta. Milosh, good to see Milosh. Saying hello to all the Davidoff fans. Keeman says, I'm wearing Ensar Oud Gallia Sultani Brunel SQ. All right, hope you're enjoying that. Milosh says, I love Lansdowne for women too. Me too. It's a big jasmine-y floral with, I don't know, I'm guessing frangipani right now. Eugene, I can send you a 2 ml sample of Lansdowne Magic if you like. It's completely different. You know what? Before you go through the effort, let me see if there's a tester amongst, like, Lansdowne should be available. You know what I mean? There might be a tester right here or locally available. But I appreciate it. Before you go through the effort, I really appreciate it. But let me see if I can make it just easy for everyone. Milosh says, pissy urinals for men for the winner of 2025 Perfumes of the Year. So who's up for Perfumes of the Year? Is it that cold to leave your fragrances in the car? It's not that hot yet where I'm concerned. They go into the glove compartment and it stays pretty cool in there. But once it gets warmer, like humidity, and I get in the car and I can feel like, oh, it's super hot in here, I'll take them out. Jane Daly, good to see Jane. How are you doing? Jane here. Are we priming, Jane? Good to see Jane. Izuku says, I find rose a bit challenging. What's the intensity of rose and fee, Eugene? So I would say it's there. It's a green rose, very oily, not sweet or chocolatey. I'd say it's kind of in the world of something in between Rose Barbare and Les Indémodables Rose de Jamal, right? Very oily. It's an extracted rose. Yeah, it's very rosy, very rosy. Green rose, stem, some petals. I feel like it's more green than red petals, like noir de noir, you know what I mean? Jane says, give me the aldehydes, baby. Yeah, Chanel aldehydes all day. I am wearing Diorissimo EDP, but I won't en passant. Yeah. Soon. I'll be wearing en passant very soon. I want en passant too. Angry Bosnia says, I just showered, so I'm pondering what to wear. Spaced, what is happening? I don't have the energy or motivation to wear something on my neck. I just spray on paper these days and throw the paper when my nose gets tired of the scent. Very practical. So you spray on paper. Where do you keep the paper? In your pocket? In your, like, what's going on with the paper? You can, you know what's good? You can spray your arms. Like if you don't want to spray your neck or your chest. I'll do this too sometimes. I'll spray my arms. That way I'm not totally committed. I can just go and wash my arms really quickly. You know what I mean? If I want to reapply. But once you apply to the neck or the chest, you're totally committed unless you're willing to undress, go take a shower, and you know, you've already ruined your clothes too because they've got that scent on there. So you got to get completely redressed. Yeah, so spraying the arms or just the wrist is a good place if you don't want to fully commit. But I mean, you figured out what works for you too, so. Jane says, Roche's Femme, is the current formula good? Terre is sexy as hell. Well, like everything, the older formulas are always going to be fuller and bigger and richer and deeper and probably more interesting, but are the current formulas good? Are they good of anything? I don't know. I don't know how Roche's Femme. Actually, you know, Guerlain reformulations are usually pretty good. Chanel's are pretty good. I imagine Hermes are really good too. I don't know how Roche's reformulations are. Like, I've got a bottle of Roche's Femme. It's not the best one I've ever smelled, but it's not the worst either. I've smelled worse versions. So my bottle's somewhere in the middle in terms of good formulas. Oh, he says it's 5:30 here and I can still smell my scent of the day yesterday. Egoist. One of those frags I wear and wonder why I don't wear it more. Yeah, Egoist is a beauty. It is an absolute beauty. The neck is where it's at for evening sprays. Where are you going for evening sprays? Where are you going that you need your neck sprayed? Has anyone tried Andy Tauer Suisse? On the fence about purchasing a bottle? No, it's been a long time since I've tried any of the Tauer, the newer Tauers. But I should try them because the ones that I have, I love. The few that I have, I've got about 4 Tauers. Cartier Ouds are excellent, so smooth. They're amongst the best amongst all designer brands. When it comes to like Dior or Chanel doesn't really do Ouds, but Guerlain or Hermes. I like the Cartiers the best. Guerlain's probably the worst. They just kind of overdo it. Also, your views on Dior Ballade Sauvage. I like that style of fragrance, but I'd say if you like Ballade Sauvage, just go and get Cologne Français from Celine. I like their version of that so much better. So it's a very fresh, it's a freshie, right? It's very marine and salty, and I imagine it's seaweedy as well, but there's got fig in it. It's green and ferny. Very sparkling. But there's something in Ballade Sauvage that kind of rubs me the wrong way. However, I love Cologne Français, and they're basically the same story. Izuku says Declaration is an absolute masterpiece. Love it. I agree. I absolutely agree. Happy Friday, Eugene. Happy Friday, Jane. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Wherever you are in the world, wherever you're watching from, hope life is treating you well at 3:33 p.m. Just outside of Toronto, just chilling here and vibing, talking about perfumes, hanging out with the 45 of you guys. Bobby says, going for an ice cream cone on the beach tonight for sunset. Sweet. Enjoy your ice cream. What flavor are you getting? I went for ice cream on Sunday. Oh my God, I had ice cream 3 times on Sunday. Once with the kids, I was really selfish and bad and naughty on Sunday. Yeah, I had Dairy Queen with the kids, right, on Sunday before they went home. And then I went out and I just treated myself. I was walking around and I kept running into these ice cream parlors. You guys ever have Eva's Original? I think it's a Hungarian brand. Oh my God, their ice cream cones. The ice cream cones are fresh, made in-house, rolled right in front of you, baked. And then they put these peanuts on them or some kind of nuts like crushed nuts. And they sprinkle caramel. And then they fill it with ice. Oh my God. Like walking in this place, the aroma it's angelic. You can't not want an ice cream. Yeah, so I had ice cream 3 times on Sunday. I'm gonna be good for a bit now. I'm gonna be good for a bit. But you enjoy your ice cream, Bobby. Looks like the Oilers are gonna get the cup this year. Yes, please. I hope so. Go Oilers. Florida's owned hockey for the last 6 years, haven't they? What's going on? What's going on with hockey? We need a Stanley Cup in Canada. Bring the cup back. That is our game, right? You guys know that. It is our game. We just kind of lent it to you. We lent it to the Americans. Angry Bosnian says, I got a sample of Aqua de Parma Magnolia Infinite. It's beautiful, but it's for women. A lady in the perfume store gave it to me. So wear it if you like it. Sativa for the afternoon. Yeah, sativa all day long and all night long. Sativa's all night long. I love a stemmy green floral. Yeah, same here. This Ouds Radieux feels a bit stemmy. It has something green and veiny in it, almost rooty. I almost feel like I smell roots. Vetiver roots or angelica roots or something green from the ground. But also this beautiful, spicy bergamot. Like probably one of the richest citrus bergamots I've ever smelled. But I think the pepper, the Szechuan pepper and the ginger kind of build up that bergamot. Currently craving Sizzly Eau de Campagne, new bottle, absolutely stunning. Yeah, stunning, beautiful, and gorgeous. Jean-Claude Elena, of course it is. How can it not be? All of his perfumes are so wonderful. Rockstar is in Jean-Paul Gaultier La Malle. All right. Rockin' La Malle. Janet says, I really wanted to love En Passant. I just find it too strong. And I love strong perfumes. Don't get me wrong. Maybe I need to give it another try. I have a decant from Scent Split. Maybe spray less. Or if you find the perfume too strong, hold the bottle farther away from you so when it disperses, it isn't so concentrated. That might help. Spray behind the knees and ankles to keep perfumes. Yeah. Spray the farther away from your nose, the better too. So I never really spray on my neck. I haven't sprayed my neck in years. I usually spray, you know, from here and on my chest. And even lately, I've just been spraying my arms. Dushan says this Ruskia Koja is actually a simple one. It doesn't contain birch tar, but it is Spanish K, juniper wood, Sumatran benzoin, and Guatemalan cardamom. Ooh, that sounds interesting. A lot of cool notes in there. I love juniper. I'm in love with juniper. Juniper, the gin and tonic, the cypress accords. The kind of olivey, dirty martini thing. Yeah, juniper is like, it's great. Jane says, honestly, Eugene, I buy vintage these days. There were some very dark reform years for Guerlain too. They're better now. Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I've been pretty lucky though. With Guerlain, I don't really have a lot of complaints with my bottles. With Chanel too. I don't know, but there, you know, I have smelled better versions of Rochas. I can complain about Rochas. What is going to happen in the future with reformulations and prices, and how quickly will quality deteriorate and prices go too high? It all depends on supply and demand in the market, and who knows, there could be so many. I don't know if you can actually like I don't know how to forecast this. But we know, like, from history, prices are always going up. Every couple of years, brands are increasing their prices or making their sizes smaller. Ricardo, good to see Ricardo Friday afternoon. How are you doing? Finally Friday, thank God, scent of the day, Mousse de Cartier. EDP. Honestly, man, that stuff's straight up one of the sexiest scents with vanillas in it, no cap. I absolutely agree. Galbanum and vanilla. I've got a bottle myself. But good to see Ricardo. Rotterdam. Rotterdam says, Ouds Radieux is exquisite. It is. What do you guys prefer? The OG gold packaging or the new one? The new one's kind of clear. It's clear bottles with printed design on them. It's like printed Middle Eastern pattern. Bobby, you're gonna buy vanilla ice cream? Yeah, vanilla's good. Might be a little bit boring compared to all the other flavors in there though. I got coconut. One scoop of coconut and one scoop of dulce de leche. Mmm, yummy yum. That's what I got at the ice cream shop. Dabs of vintage Cartier Panthère extrait on the neck for the best evening perfume. Free Diddy. And maybe Radieux means root. I'll Google it. Floral Note says, I've got 10 minutes. What can we do in 10 minutes? Dishes? I don't know. We can do our hair. We can put on some perfume. What else? We can do a stream. You can do some manifesting. You can do some journaling. You can do some crunches. You can do some burpees. What else can we do in 10 minutes? Do lots of things in 10 minutes. Must is one of my favorites. My mom started wearing it in the 80s. How are you enjoying Eau Sauvage? Oh, I love it. It's so brilliant. I don't have it here with me today, but I love it. It's been a long time since something like that's blown me away, or I was obsessed with it for like weeks. But I love it, yes. It absolutely deserves every ounce of praise it's ever gotten. And it's gotten a lot of praise over the years. Eau Sauvage. Oye says, ordered Ombre Nuit for my wife from Dior. Still no tracking after a week of waiting. Kirktion ruining Dior shipping. I'm sure Kirktion's got nothing to do with that. Getting rid of the old fast shipping and giving us slow Gen Z targeted shipping. No way. I can't believe brands are doing that when they know customers want everything. Like, we want to be gratitude. We want everything instantly. We want that gratification now, 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 now. No? Don't they know that? Favorite ice cream flavor of all time would be peanut butter, but not so much anymore. I think I've consumed mostly peanut butter, but I've probably eaten so much of it that it's been years since I've had any. Now I just go for the fresher flavors. Vanilla, yeah, vanilla's a classic. When we were kids, my mom used to buy that like Neapolitan stuff all the time. You get sick of that really quick. It's like strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. But seriously, Dior, where's my parcel? Let's call them. Thanks for sharing your views. Thank you guys for sharing your views and hanging out and filling up the chat and leaving your sense of the day and your likes and your time and your energy and your love. I appreciate you guys. I do, I really do. I appreciate you guys. So it's nice hanging out. Favorite ice cream is Baskin Robbins chocolate chip. There you go. There you go. Milosh says, I bought both Eau Sauvage and Chanel Pour Mon sur EDT. Both the classiest gentleman thing ever. Really in love with both. I agree. Both are absolutely supreme when it comes to classic men's fragrances. It'd be hard to pick a favorite, wouldn't it? Jane says, I love Baskin Robbins pralines and cream. Jenna says, last night I couldn't sleep, so I sprayed YSL Baby Cat. The suede note was very soothing. What's everyone's favorite can't sleep perfume? I think Jersey is a good one for can't sleep. Lavender. Lavender is always calming for sleep. I would stay away from, I think, things like frankincense. Izuku says, I love Santos de Cartier. Have you tried? I have the OG. I love it. I think it's one of the greatest things ever made. If you like Antaeus, Chanel Antaeus, you would probably love Santos. A classic green Chypre. I would call it a Chypre, right? I love how dry and ashy the opening is before it kind of opens up and blooms. The ginger itself is a root. There you go. There you go. This is still the Cartier. Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice. They're all really nice though. All of the Cartier Ouds are really, really nice. It's probably not necessary to own all of them because you will see that they are they're all attached by a string. You know, there are similarities that run throughout. They're not identical. Like, I've seen things more identical in other ranges than these, but still, there's lots of similarities. Stefan, good to see Stefan. MXXX by Eris. Another Antoine Lee. But good to see Stefan. Hope you're having a great Friday. Hope everyone's doing well. Daniel, good to see Daniel. Glad to catch the stream. Sente de Après Leon Day. Beautiful. Beautiful, stunning, and gorgeous. Space says, I cannot believe this life. After a year of the tick bite, I had another tick bite on the same spot, but now it's the left arm instead of the right. So what happens with these tick bites? It's really interesting. I was at work the other day and I feel something kind of crawling on me. I'm like, oh, what is that? Oh, it's a friggin' tick. Where the hell did this come from? And I just kind of went, phew. See you later. How do you know if they, like, I didn't feel any biting, but how do you know, like, I guess you got to see bite marks. How did you know you were bit? I'm sure it was obvious, but... Oye says, I was at a hockey game in Sydney one time back in 2016, and Wayne Gretzky showed up during intermission to say hello. It was really cool, especially since Australia has like 5 hockey fans. Yeah, Gretzky's a classy dude. He's always makes time for people and fans, and yeah, he's very graceful. And he's a great ambassador to not just Canada, but to the sport of hockey. Really, really. He's an Eau Sauvage, Chanel pour Monsieur kind of guy. The early 2000s were dark for everyone, reformulations. It seems like every generation we get hit by nasty reformulations. Masso, evening, Le Leon this evening, special scent. Nice. I wore Le Leon recently too. But good to see Masso, hope you're doing well. Carry On says, Jane, I love Après Leonde. Jane and Daniel, I love Après Leonde. Did you know that L'Eau d'Hiver is Elena's nod to that Guerlain classic? Yes. I find even Comète, it might be a nod to that. Sandra B, hello. Ambrams D. Lang. Good to see Sandra. Hope you're doing well on Friday. Friday evening in France. Good to see Sandra. Sandra, I think I need Rose Amira. I keep going back and smelling rose. I love rose. What can I say? I just love rose. And I can never have enough of it. But even though I have things that, like a Rose Amira is a nice plush rose, but it is really, really nice. I like that sort of thing. Plush, powdery rose, woody. I think I need Rose Amira. Angry Bosnian says, I think Polo 67 has juniper in it. Sandra says, gosh, yesterday I dabbed a bit of vintage Mousse de Cartier extrait. This is one of the most gorgeous scents I've ever smelled, and it makes me swoon each time. Yeah, swoon. Swoon. What are your favorite swooning scents? You know what makes me swoon? Nahima. Nahima makes me swoon, where I'm like, oh my god, how can something be so beautiful? Like, and a perfume too. Like, who makes this stuff? Nahima extrait with the fruitiness, the rose, the fruity, spicy rose. Vol de Nuit extrait makes me swoon. Mitsuko extrait, or L'Heure Bleu extrait. Free Diddy. Is this the Cartier enabling lice? Because you are all killing me. You should be able to try this at Holtz. They carry these at Holtz. Go try them at Holtz. They're really nice. We can free the diddler in 10 minutes. You are the perfect Eau Sauvage man. Me? Oh, wow. Thank you. What makes the perfect Eau Sauvage man? That's why I love Diorella. So Diorella smells a bit like Eau Sauvage, you saying? Wash hair with kerosene for lice. Ooh. They're all swooning over these old Diors. Janet says, at Jane Daly, Diorescence was my signature scent back in the early 80s when I was a young grasshopper in my early 20s. You can still wear Diorescence and be a young grasshopper, Janet. It's in the soul. The soul is ageless. The soul is young. We appreciate you too. Thank you, Bosnian. Angry Bosnian. Chanel jerseys for sleep. Yeah, jersey's a good one for sleep. Or Boy. Yeah, Boy is a good lavender, but I think jersey's a bit easier for sleep. Boy is a little bit more complicated. Boy goes, you don't want to be going through those twists and turns with Boy trying to go to sleep. Jane says, I've been obsessed with Boy lately, like love. Jane, does Boy remind you of Comète? The first time I smelled Comète, my mind instantly went to Boy. It was like the powders, the starchy powders. Yeah, the almond and the heliotrope. That's what they have linked. Almond, heliotrope, powder. But the floral accords are very different. Boy is very lavenderish, lemony, geranium, rosy and geranium, while Comète is like, it's like violet and rose and iris. A lipsticky. Michael John, good to see Michael John. Sent the day. Lelion, another one. Another one. Carry On says, I've been loving Chanel Comète so much. I've been hearing that a lot. Comète is getting a ton of love. And I love hearing that because I love it too. I've been obsessed with it, really. A big vanilla. Carry On says, for sleep therapy, anything with vanilla, Spiritus W Vanille is good. I think Comète would be good for sleep too. My dear Eugene, how are you? Hello, sir. I cannot pronounce your name, but it's good to see you. Is that a muguet in your... I can't really see, but I just see something green. But welcome. Daniel says, for sleep, Santa Maria Novella Melagrano. Okay. Angry Bosnian says, vanilla is soothing. Yeah, vanilla is quite special. The natural material of vanilla is beautiful. Especially when they make it deep and nutty. Rotterdam says the only redundant ones are Oud and Rose and Oud and Pink. But they're good. They're so good. Okay, one of them gotta go, fine. But Oud and Rose is amazing. Yeah, Oud and Rose. Oud and Pink is good too. But I love the animalic qualities of Oud and Rose. SV says, couldn't resist, Eugene. Ordered L'air de Alpes Suisse Tauer perfumes. All right, cool. The freshie, eh? I've got to try that. But congratulations. Wear it in good health. And let us know how it works for you. Old man. What's happening, young man? Don't get tick bites. My sister had Lyme disease for 10 years before it was diagnosed. Nasty. How do you know if you have Lyme's disease? What do you feel? I'm in the wild all the time. Like, I'm in the bush, I'm in the forest, you know what I mean? I'm in the park benches, just enjoying myself. What should I be looking out for? Because there's been a couple of times where I'm like, oh shit, that kind of looks like a tick. Like, what's going on here? Do you have any favorite Clementine fragrances? First thing that comes to my mind for Clementine is Monsieur. Or is that Mandarin? Mandarin Orange. It's one or the other. Mandarin and Clementine are so close. Frederic Malle Monsieur. They're fat and swollen if they bite you, motherfuckers. Just kidding, you're not old. I'm just kidding too. I don't really feel old, so But yeah, it's all good. It's all good, man. Stevan says, carry on, I agree. I tried Comète a few times during winter and it was meh. But now in the spring, it's going to be full bottle worthy. Don't you love when that happens? You try something and it's just like, man, you're like, oh, lucky, thank God, you know, I get to save the money. But then you come back to it. Or is that a bad thing? Maybe it is a bad thing. Now that you come back to it and fall in love, you got to open up the pocket, whip out all this cash. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm glad to have Comète. I do love it. For me, it was like love at first sniff. But those Chanels are. They usually are. The best orange for me is always Guerlain Mandarin Basilic. Okay, yeah, it's right in the name too. Yeah, Mandarin. Mandarin. I guess you want Monsieur is very heavy and dark. If you want something light and fresh, Mandarin. How about Hermes? Hermes is coming to my mind. They do a lot of citrus well. They must do some Mandarin. Jane says, Guerlain and Chanel sorted the reforms better than any other brands, in my opinion. I would agree with that. They're also set up for that way more than, let's say, Hugo Boss or Dolce & Gabbana would be, or Gucci. Is Arsène Lupin Dandy one of the best in your opinion, and why don't you copy it in your brand like Roja did? So Arsène Lupin Dandy is beautiful, stunning, and gorgeous. I love it. It's a big, beautiful violet. It's a strong, dark, lustful violet. Temptatious, okay? It's super dry and pasty. It's leathery. It is frankincense-y. I don't know. Why don't I copy it? I guess because it's already there. It's already alive and well, and it exists. And I don't know. I guess Roja's already copied it. And there's so many other new perfumes. I think it's just more fun to make new perfumes than copying old classics. Eugene, so interesting your comment about Comète and Après Léondé. Well, they are basically the same accords, right? Après Léondé is rose, iris, violet with those powders, with the heliotrope, with the almond, and then, you know, they revisited that theme with L'Heure Bleue. It's the same thing. Rose, iris, violet. This time they've added leather to it. And the cherry, the marzipan, right? L'Heure Bleue is an extraction of Après Léondé, basically. Did you fart? No, I did not fart. Paul and Joe had an Elena fragrance called Blanc that was the first run at L'Eau d'Hiver. Rosamira is beautiful for sure. Sandra says, I am great. It is a bank holiday weekend here. Rosamira reminds me of a lighter Ouds Satin Mood EDP. It to me is a lighter Santal Royale. More plush, less catty, less scratchy. It's somewhere in between Rose Nacree de Dessert and Santal Royale. But yeah, I can see how you get Ouds Satin Mood from it too. Jane says, my Mousse de Cartier bottles were EDT in little leather pouches. Belle, I'm gone now. You snooze. There's still one left, but not gone entirely. Not gone entirely. Coming back. Coming back. Yes, Nahima. Oh my God. Yeah, Nahima's gorgeous. Oh, vintage Samsara too. Yeah. Balmain Vent Vert Extra. Yeah, Samsara's swoon worthy. Samsara hits all those spots that you just never knew existed, and you're like, oh, that's new. What is that? Where's that coming from? Ooh, I like that. Ooh, touch me there some more. I like that. I like those perfumes that kind of express things inside of you that you've never really felt before. Ottawa has not one department store. Oh no. We've got so many here. Mississauga has tons. Gosh, Nahima Le Bleu Voldenui extracts make me swoon too. Yeah, Diorel and Eau Sauvage. What the Zil is to Egoist. Ooh. I love that. What the Zil and Egoist. Vintage Patu, Joy is my swooner. Dior has the best names. Daniel, you're my scent twin, says Jane Daly. Jane says, I can't explain it, but you definitely are Eau Sauvage. Wow, that's a huge compliment. I appreciate that, Jane. Thank you. Janet says, when I was 2 years old, I flushed a bottle of my mom's Pateau Joy down the toilet because I wanted the pretty, pretty bottle. Yes, I did that. You flushed Pateau Joy down the toilet. Just let's dump all the expensive perfume out of the bottle, eh? Kids, you gotta love them. You gotta love them. But what do you do when they start acting up? Do we love them the same? Do we love them less? What do we do with them? Oh, that Fee is gorgeous, eh? Fee is absolutely beautiful. Fee is kind of radiating out of there. Fee is minty. It's a very minty perfume. Super minty. And geranium. Vanilla. I get a lot of thick vanilla from this, but not the sweet sugary shit. This is kind of like the vanilla in a Rose Barbar. Yeah, this is pure class. This is very, very classy rose. I love how, like when I wear this, I love the powder. The powder is very thick and rich and vanillic. It's a vanilla scented powder. Rose vanilla scented powder. And Rose de Kandahar. It doesn't smell Middle Eastern at all, not to me anyway. Very French and fresh. And Cuir de Russie makes me swoon. I get that. I totally understand that. Bazak, Escal in Indonesia, Santa Day, perfect for hot weather. Yes, les indémodables. Janice says, I will always be a young grasshopper. Yes, you will. Yes, we will. I get it, the soapy vibe. Comète is more femme than boy, if that means anything. I mean, boy isn't the most masculine thing either, right? Boy is quite vanillic and powder. It's got a lot of like feminine traits. Sandalwood. Boy is so complex. Sandalwood, vanilla. It definitely has parts of number 5 to it as well. Do you guys see boy related to number 5 at all? I don't know, all of those Chanels are kind of interlaced in one way or another. They're all connected, and they all feel like trees that have all been planted in the same park, you know, even though they don't like look identical, you know, they're related somehow. They're related, you know, they're all like related by the roots underground somehow. Ouds says, I did some perfume window shopping on my way home from last night and got a sample of Musgrave and Tempo by Diptyque. Tempo is interesting. Herbal fresh patchouli. It's nice. Smells a little like lich. Yeah, to me it smells like Coromandel a bit, but not as nice. Not as nicely blended. More rough around the edges, but still a really nice patchouli. Nice patchouli. Really nice, thick patchouli. Check out the notes for Joy if you want a light novel. 10,000 words or less. Ouds, Musgrave Azure is such a good classic. Yeah, cinnamon vanilla. Cinnamon vanilla! Those are always good classics. How's everyone doing today? Life treating you good? Everybody good? Everybody on track? Get your taxes paid? Being a good boy or good girl? Spending your money? Everybody good? We all good? I wear ombre salt on the bed quite often. We were just talking about bed scents. How does that work? Ombre Sultan is huge. Ouds, nice Gretzky story, mate. Bobby, are you backed up in the video or what's going on? Bobby's watching in reverse. Original Hanai Mori is a perfect amber for bedtime, actually, says Jane. I like bedtime ambers. Cartier Oud and Amber is a good one for that, though. Super sensual. You know what? You know what? Oud and Ombre, Cartier wears a bit like Dior's Vanilla Diorama. Sensual like that. Have you tried Oud and Ombre? Wore it yesterday and it's pretty good, like Grand Soir with Oud. Yeah, I have. I have. Lyme disease, bullseye red rash, and if you have any doubts, get a blood test. Undiagnosed, it can lead to very strange, severe neurologic symptoms, problems. Can we just kind of like meditate those problems away? Just like meditation, make them go away? Would that work or no? Meditation makes everything go away. At least for me. I'm not sure. I wonder if we can make tick bites go away with meditation. Jane says, okay, adds Comète to the list. Yes, it absolutely needs to go on the list. It's on the friends list. Are we friends? Comète is on there. You got to check it off. Sandra says, same with me. I tried Comète today and I finally enjoyed it enough, but not enough to pay the full retail price. That's okay. That's okay. Like, there are some things that I'm willing to pay retail for and some things that I'm just not. And Chanel is one of those things. Guerlain is hit and miss. Depends what they're putting out. Like if I wanted a Guerlain that I really love, like Queer Beluga, I would have no problem paying retail. Or, you know, let's say Spiritus Double Vanille or Rose Barbar. But some of these more, it's like, no, there's not a chance. Like, not a chance. Dusha has L'Eau d'Ombre Extreme, and it's really good. That's the Jean-Claude Alna, isn't it? Jane says Moschino Love Love is a gorgeous orange grapefruit. Moschino. Mandarin basilic smells like clementine to me. Yeah. How do you differentiate the difference between orange, clementine, and mandarin? Oh, okay, especially mandarin and clementine. Like, how would you pick the difference? Logan says, what cologne would you recommend to wear for my circumcision tomorrow? I would say you get Frederic Malle's Uncut Gem. Absolutely perfect for your case. It'll treat you well. Stefan says the only brand that happens with is Chanel as exclusives. It took a year to appreciate Sycamore, but once you're into it, it's a classic for life. What was the hardest Chanel for all of you guys to overcome? For me, it was Antaeus. I downright hated it. I hated myself when I doubted myself. When I smelled this, I doubted myself. I'm like, who am I right now? And what the hell is this smell? And how can anyone even conceive of this thing? Antaeus was really strange for me. But the more I poked it, Antaeus was a big bear, and the more I poked it, and the more it turned around and stood up for me and played these tricks, I was pretty impressed. I was like, holy shit, this is actually a really nice bear. I want to buy you and wear you and spray you. So then I took the bear home with me. Yeah, Antaeus was my bear. Janet says, on a totally unrelated note, we are hatching exotic game bird eggs in incubators in my kitchen. My husband raises game birds as a hobby passion. Cool. Sounds sexy. Game birds. Any incense, Les Abs in mind? What do you mean? There's lots of incense. Les incense. Oh, like an incense. I mean, the cendre is all. It's so much frankincense in there. You want more than that? You want more than that? It's so incredibly frankincense-y. Yo. You want more incense? You want more incense than that? It's black. It's like green and black. But the next one's got lots of incense too, so don't worry about it. There's always going to be incense in Les Abs. Always, 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 always. Always. I mean, I sprayed it to a friend and he's like, it's all incense. I'm like, really? That's all you get is incense? He's like, yeah, I just get incense. I'm like, man, you're losing the plot. Take this home and come back in a couple of days. Yeah, but there's lots of incense. Antoine loves incense too, so it's never a problem. Today's hatched duckling is a ruddy shell duck. I don't know what that is, but it sounds pretty cool. I'd love to see these actually. It sounds fascinating. Aroja, best clone house. Are we going to this again? Is Roja a clone house? Sam Sarah hits all the spots. Absolutely. Bellam is one bottle away from being sold out. Kinda, but not exactly. I've got one bottle left with packaging that's like listed on the website. After that one is gone, then I won't have any more for probably 2 months because I've run out of packaging, right? I've got about 30 bottles left, but no packaging. They're just tester bottles right now, so I can't sell them. So I've just got one with packaging. After that, I gotta wait 2 months. That's what it is. Honestly, all the Guerlain Legendaires are amazing. However, Shalimar is just a no for me. Something about it is like gasoline. Yeah, I always said it's like petroleum to me. I love it, but it has a petroleum thing going on in the heart. Very camphorous. I believe it's the patchouli and the amber and God knows what else. But yeah, I mean, Shalimar is great. If you love vanilla and amber, you can't miss with Shalimar, right? I love Shalimar. But yes, all of the Les Legendaires are amazing. Fully agreed, 100%. Rodolfo, who loves you, baby? Good to see Rodolfo. Rodolfo, where are you watching from again? Remind us. You're not from Rotterdam. Why am I thinking Rotterdam? Duchamp says Shalimars for me. Gotta run. Stay sexy. See you, Jane. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out with us for a bit. We will talk to you very soon. Jane Daly. Daniel says, bye, Jane. Say hi to Mum from me. Ooh la la says, hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Send the day Epice Volée. Great fragrance. Epice Volée. Was that the old Louis? Louis. Epice Volée. Ooh la la. But good to see ooh la la. That Shalimar Millésime Jasmine is awesome. I have the Tonka. No, I have the vanilla. Shalimar Tonka. Vanilla. I think I have the vanilla planifolia. That one is amazing. I think it's better than OG Shalimar. Is that a sin to say that a flanker is better than the OG? But the vanilla is so incredibly good. Mint plus rose always works. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I think Rose de Jamal is a bit minty too, isn't it? Yeah, but yeah, rose and mint. Minty roses are good. Rose and queer is also minty, like this. So, as I'm wearing this, two perfumes kept coming to my mind. Rose and queer and Rose Barbar. And that's where this kind of lies in between. But when this is fully bloomed, oh man, it is bucking. It is a horse galloping and just in this beautiful stride, and it doesn't break. On the beach, no doubt. In the sunset too, like that's how beautiful it is. I think Tauer really nailed it with this one. Andy Tauer. This is yeah, this is a piece of work. Janet says, I'm loving the vanilla and Angelique Noir so much. It's so Guerlain, isn't it? That vanilla Angelique Noir, like Queer Beluga and Spiritus. Rose Jamal has a hefty amount of mint. Yes, yes it does. Another beautiful, stunning, and gorgeous Rose Jamal. What else is green and minty? I think Francis Kurgion's, his a la Homme might be green and minty. I know it's green and watery. I'm not sure if it's minty though. I haven't smelled it in forever. Send today Prada Amber Put Home, made in Spain, says Milos. Daniel says the Shalimar Jasmine flanker is so gray. God, I wish I could smell. I wish I had access to this stuff, but they don't carry them here. Joanne says hi. Hi, Joanne. Janet says, boy in Chanel lingo refers to Boy Capel, Gabrielle's soulmate. Tragically, he died young. He was a polo player. Yeah, her lover, Boy Capel. He was the one that kind of financed her to get her off the ground, wasn't he? He helped her with money. Like she wasn't born into money, so the money had to come from somewhere. I think he was one of her first lovers with money that helped her get through life, start her business. Bruno Jovanovich's Frederick Malle is nice. Forget the name. He did Dries Van Noten. Did he do any others? Bruno Jovanovich. Did he do the Moon? No, that was Raskane. Raskane did. What else did Jovan? I think Jovanovich did another one after Dries. What was the one that came after Dries? I think he did 2 with Frederick Malle for some reason. Oh, Monsieur. Yes, thank you. Daniel and Duchamp, Monsieur. Yeah. Monsieur is huge too, just like Dries. Dries is a massive perfume. Massive 80s perfume. Like so big and broad shouldered, and there's nothing like light and fluffy about it. It's just so, it's a big shoebox. But Monsieur is too. Janet says, can meditation make taxes go away? Oof. Put in a good word for me too, and all of us. No pesh for Mirage for me. Absolutely not. No. I did not enjoy that at all. Just too dry, and I didn't find the juice peachy or juicy. It's just like dry. I heard some people compare it to Mitsuko Peach. I didn't get that at all. It's just like dry woods. I got papyrus from it, of all things. I don't know where the papyrus is coming from, but no, I didn't enjoy Pesh. That's one of the Guerlains I'm talking about. That for me isn't worth full retail. Even like heavily discounted, I'd be like, I'll never wear this. Like, what would I want with it? Zing is a great swooner and scent for bed. Ooh, Zing is a... Zing can be nasty, though. Zing can be very dirty. Zing is a lot like Shalimar, too, though. Well, he says it's 6 a.m. here, and my dog woke me up at 3:45 to do a deuce. She's gone back to sleep, and I'm wide awake. At least I'm up and watching a fun stream. Feels like a vetiver extraordinaire kind of morning. All right, man. I'm glad that you're with us. Glad that you're with us. Your dog went back to sleep, give you some peace and quiet. Isn't it good when the dogs go to bed and leave you with some peace and quiet? Yeah, I agree. Janet says I'll never look at Uncut Gem the same way. I mean, it's the first thing that came to my mind. Worst Chanel, and Antaeus hands down can't do it. Ooh, some people would say it's the best Chanel. SV. Why the worst? Why? There was a time where I couldn't stand it either. I was like, oh, Castoreum, beeswax. Like, why would they have this stuff in perfume? Even though I don't pick up the beeswax so much anymore, I used to. And the Castoreum. Who gets beeswax from Antaeus still? Modern day Antaeus. Does anyone get beeswax from the modern day Chanel Antaeus? Oolala says, hardest Chanel, maybe Misia. Now I enjoy it much more. Yeah, Misia is a nice violet. Every time I wear Misia, I'm reminded of Pulp Fiction and Uma Thurman and her style and her dance with John Travolta. You know, when she's doing that kind of... Check out the Uma Thurman clip from Pulp Fiction. That's what Misia reminds me of. Just that kind of coolness that Uma has in that movie. You look like Rowan Atkinson. Oh, I've never heard that before. Antaeus for life. Uncut Gem. Bella Despido is the hardest Chanel love for me. Oh, what's going on there, Stefan? What is Bella Despido reflecting to you? What is it doing to you? What is it making you feel? The current version of Antaeus is criminal. What is the charge? Oh, what is the charge? Boz Ock. Leon Corsos, good to see Alyssa. Happy Friday, Alyssa. Let us know what you're wearing. Perfume-wise. Probably in the bikini on the beach, right? Is that you? Are you the one that keeps inviting me to the beach? Bozok says Antaeus has nothing on Leonard Put Home, but Leonard is gone for good. Ooh, Leonard Put Home. I gotta try Leonard Put Home. Oye says hated Antaeus, but now I find it so alluring. Every time I walk past it at a Chanel boutique, I try it. Maybe it's a sign. It's still pretty priced for Welsh Chanel. Yeah, I found it very alluring too, but I just didn't think I could do it. The same way I felt when I first smelled Tuscan leather. But I actually like Tuscan leather. I just saw, I can't wear this. I can't wear this. This is not me. I just felt like at that time, it aged me by 20 years and I needed to be in like a three-piece Tom Ford suit with alligator shoes. It was like one of the most expensive things I think I've ever smelled. I literally like, I was like, this is how billionaires feel. This is literally the feeling of a billionaire. You're safe. Bugs don't like perfume. Yeah, I'll always be safe like that. It's almost like tick spray. Perfume's like a tick spray, right? But you'd think they'd be kind of drawn to it, no? What happens if you spray a honey perfume? You think bees would be drawn to it? If it was a good quality honey perfume, you think there'd be any sort of effect? Modern Antaeus costs 62 euros here for 100 mil. That's actually a deal. Compared to all the other, compared to Elixir, Sauvage Elixir is $300 and you can get Antaeus for 62 euros. I know my choice is. Incense, cherry, and praline. Look forward to it, says Baviono. Special edition of Bellam? No, it's the same thing. It's just out of packaging. Which kind of sucks, but it's growing pains. It's learning, you know what I mean? It's learning. Mex, what is happening, Mex? Everything's gonna be okay, guys. Don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. Everything under the sun is gonna be okay. Oulala says a piece volet used to be Arsène Lupin Voyou. Liu moved to Oulé Purpur. All right, okay, gotcha. I have Lupin Voyou. That's a nice sandalwoody perfume. Nice, clean sandalwood, vanilla, a bit of, I might have cypress in it. It's got a green kind of piney spruce thing going on in the heart. Joanne saying hi again. Hi, Joanne. Eau d'Orange Verte is a bit minty. The Hermès Eau Merveille Bleu has a minty note. Janet says, I love these chats where some would need a glossary to know what we were talking about. Happy birthday, Mark. Sandra says, I used to be addicted to Dries Van Noten. I had so many backup bottles, but it was so loud that I just could not stand it anymore. I sold all my bottles. They're going for large amounts of money now. Probably double what they retailed for. I saw a bottle of Dries on Marketplace recently for a good price. It was very tempting, but I did not pull the trigger. You gave the hair out. Why are you mentioning taxes on this? We will never, ever, ever mention them again, Milos. My apologies. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. We will never ever mention them again. Guys, we will never mention the word again. That, and there's a couple of other words that we should never ever mention, just for our own sanity's sake. I really don't care what the meanings, but for sanity, there are a few words that we should refrain from using here. Alyssa says yes, and I'll keep inviting you until you come. Today's perfect for the beach. Look up Sunset Beach, California. That's where I'm always going. Sunset Beach, California. Where in California? Where in California is that? Sunset Beach. Oh, is that Sunset Beach? Is that where like they all used to train, all those bodybuilders, Schwarzenegger and those guys back in the day? Where would they train? They trained at a famous beach that sounds like that. Sunset Beach, or I imagine there's a lot of famous beaches in California though. Jared says modern Antaeus is still very good, much more wearable and smoothed out now. Nobody wants all that beeswax. I do. I want that beeswax. Send it to me. If you don't want it, send it to me. Just the beeswax though. His gem will be cut. They're probably chopping it off right now. Mike K says, I have an old Antaeus with silver sprayer if anyone's interested. Box included. Just not wearing it ever, though I do think it's an amazing animalic scent. There you go. What's your favorite stronger with you? You are my favorite stronger with me. Sebastian. Zambo Man, what's happening? Hello from Los Angeles. Scent of the day is by Killian's Bamboo Harmony. Anxiously awaiting the mailman to get here with a few perfumes. Zambo Man, what is coming in for you? Let us know what you're getting. Is eBay good and safe for selling discontinued perfumes? I would imagine you would have a lot of protection, but I don't know because I don't buy and sell from eBay. But there's a lot of people here that do, and they might be able to answer that. I think generally, if you're doing the right thing, you should be okay, right? If you are doing the right thing, you never know how somebody else is going to respond, though. Like if you're selling. Leon says, no, that's a Venice Beach. Okay, gotcha, Venice Beach. I think Rich Mitch had a problem selling on eBay recently. And it's just simply the guy, Rich sold a bottle and the guy got it and didn't like the smell. He's never smelled it before. And he told Rich that it smells off or something and he wants his money back. So it sucks. You know, these things happen, but they suck. Of course it sucks when something doesn't go. When, you know, when the transaction isn't smooth or you got to deal with these I don't like dealing with personas, you know, with personalities, with people. And that's why I just avoid the whole thing. But yeah, it's a risk. I mean, there's always a risk buying secondhand, especially like that when, you know, your bank accounts are included and they have access to that and they have authority to redo any sort of transaction. You know, it's risky, of course. Zambo says, my postman is bringing me about 20 decants, a lot of Bruno Acamporas. Alrighty. Well, you sound excited, so that is exciting. Decants are, you know, samples are always exciting. I love sampling things too. Sebastian says eBay is definitely safe. I buy vintage all the time. There you go. There you go. You guys would know way more than I do. Jared says, I want a bottle of Plum Japonais so bad, but refuse to pay $800 to $1,000 on eBay. Yeah, then don't, you know. Find something else plummy. Yeah, that is a lot. That is a lot, but... I sold vintage Ralph Lauren green today. Leon says, so you're not coming? I didn't say that. I did not say that. I just asked where you were at. I did not say that. Cat in the Hat. Green eggs and ham. Sandra, when you wear jus de peau, it becomes sandalwood on you. Oh, Beau de Jour is minty too. Nick says Beau de Jour is getting discontinued. And that makes me like sad. That is a great perfume. Beau de Jour. Lavender patchouli. Minty, so minty and spicy and so complex. Incensey, green, geranium. It's sweet, it's spicy, it's warm, it's green, it's bitter. It is really bitter. Beau de Jour. Plum Japonais is supposed to be re-released. I prefer buying Féminine du Bois by Shiseido. Yeah, Féminine du Bois is good too. Janice says, I bought some vintage Gucci EDP on eBay. What a great transaction from a vintage dealer in Florida. All right, there you go. You do have great dealers. Sebastian says, I want to buy Dior Jewels 2016. And there you go, at 4:39 p.m., just outside of Toronto time. You got 38 in the house. The sun is shining. The wind is fresh. The birds are sleeping. But we're flowing. We're flowing. There's a little twinkle in my toes, but other than that, we're flowing. There's a little bit of subconscious thinking in my toes. My toes are doing this. But other than that, we're flowing. It's just intuition going. I think my intuition is just saying it just wants to start walking towards the gym. That's what intuition is saying. What's everyone's intuition saying right now? Guys, go into your intuition right now and find out what it is it's saying. What is it asking of you? What does it want you to do? And where are you hearing it? Where are you? I'm in the universe. Jared says it was a rumor that Plum Japonais would be coming to Signature line, but I'm not so sure anymore. Chuck says, Eugene, did you miss Meg? Meg Ryan? Yeah, I miss Meg Ryan. All he says is my intuition is saying to make bacon for breakfast. Then do it. Give it bacon. If that's what your soul wants, give it to it. Give it the damn bacon. The soul is here to experience. Give it that fucking experience. Do not bore your soul. It will bore you back. Give it everything it asks of you. Give it the damn bacon. But make some eggs too. Give it some eggs. Yeah, well, yeah. All right. Sebastian says, my intuition is to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ and buy tons of cologne I never tried. There you go. You can have that. You can do that. Like, just do it. Be that. You know what I mean? There you go. That's a great voice. That's an excellent voice. Probably guiding you on the right path. Hopefully Jesus can bring you lots of money to help you pay for that. I'm sure you'll figure out a way to do it though. Watch out for the ticks, Eugene. They like warm places on your body. Always check yourself when you come out of the woods. I did the other day. Is like when I felt that tick on me, I took all my clothes off right away. I was like, what the hell? Like, where is this thing coming from? Floral Note says, my intuition made me ruin a perfectly cooked sunny side up egg with ketchup for a bit. I had to eat it because eggs are expensive. Okay, so firstly, intuition would never, ever, ever get you to pull a foolish act like putting ketchup on eggs. That's not intuition, my dear. That is ego. That is fear. That is total detachment from intuition. Intuition would never jeopardize an egg with ketchup. But I'm glad that you ate the fucking thing. What's a good coffee scent that doesn't smell like sugary bullshit? How about Iris Torefi? Coffee. Iris Torefi. It's got cacao and cardamom and iris, and it's lipsticky. What's happening? A lifestyle not for sale, says God bless you. Thank you, young man, and God bless you right back. I hope you get all that. Get it all, man. Kerosene Follow is a good coffee scent. My intuition is telling me to roll a little fat daddy and relax today. Your intuition knows what it's talking about. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Intuition always becomes a little bit more clear when daddy is around, isn't it? It's like you can attune into that frequency. It's always a bit easier, and it's less foggy, less cloudy, more clear. Just flow. Flow. Flow with the daddy. That's true. I wanted to ruin someone's time. Totally ego-based. Two notes I really don't like in perfume: coffee and chocolate, and I love coffee and chocolate. That, you know, that's really interesting you say that, Janet, because I'm thinking about the whole, like, I keep looking at our society and how we are growing obesely as all collectively, right? So it tells you that people like sweet food. They like sweet things. However, when it comes to perfume, like, the majority of people are like, no, we don't really like sweet perfumes, which kind of counters everything that, like, we don't like sweet perfumes, but we like eating sweet things. You know what I mean? So yeah, I totally get this. Coffee and chocolate. I get it. I get what you're saying. One sec. I'll be right back. Christine Coyote Fragrances is here. Hello. Scented Day Pear Jam by Nettie. Guys, what do we think of Nutella? What are our thoughts on Nutella? Like the stream for Christine. Yes, I gotta plug in or I'm going to vanish. If I don't plug in, I will vanish. So I need some energy. Coffee is really hard to get right. I want my coffee to smell like espresso, but if it's too espresso-ish, it's pungent. If you add sweetness to it, you run the risk of smelling like a Starbucks frappe. Yeah. A L'artisan does a Noir Exquise is a coffee scent, coffee and amber. That's pretty good, but of course, you know, it's got that sweetness to it. Leon says, I've been kicking my own butt all week. It's good to tap into your inner self for a moment and listen to what you really want and need at that moment. Yeah, it's great. It's great to be doing that all day, every day. Like, take as many moments of the day to do that, to just keep kind of check in with yourself over and over and over again and not lose yourself, you know? Otherwise, that's why like stress builds up and anxiety and disconnection. It's just by like losing yourself. I love cake, but I don't want to smell like a cake. Odd, isn't it? Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. I don't want to smell like a cake either. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, I don't want to smell like a cake or a coffee either. But sometimes you smell this and you're like, damn, like this is really creative, you know? This is really good. Even though it's not what I like, it's done, like it's super addictive. Whoever made this is like creative. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I don't want to wear like a happy birthday cake, ice cream birthday cake, but I mean, at the same sense, I'm like, you wear Tom Ford's Vanilla Sex, you're like, this is creative, even though I don't want to smell like this. This is like, it's made really kind of like in a way that gets your mind thinking. It gets your motor, your everything's spinning. Christine says, I love Nutella. Floral says, Nutella fucking sucks. Jared says, love Nutella. Janet says, Nutella is classified as a drug. Leon says, Nutella is caca. Christine says, Nutella is great, is so great, but peanut butter is better. SV says, I already licked the stream as the fifth. My tongue is as dry as a cat's. Meow. All right, thank you for liking the stream, guys. 44 likes. Appreciate that. Peanut butter, says Christine. I live on good peanut butter. I used to be obsessed with peanut butter. Obsessed, but I've just stopped eating it lately. I never crave it. Like now I just crave natural nuts, almonds, cashews, walnuts. Like we have, like peanut butter is there right next to the nuts and I just never reach for it. I think it's kind of like, I don't know, the sugar, the processed stuff that goes in there. I'm really careful now. Not with everything, but with certain things. I just feel like, yeah, I don't really want to touch that. Unless it's like super natural peanut butter. It's the same as like a bad perfume, you know? You don't want to wear it. I feel like peanut butter to me has turned into a bad perfume. Carry On says, would never want a frag to smell like peanut butter. Are there any that smell like peanut butter? Oh, he says, I was literally thinking of Noir Exquise. I sold my bottle years ago and now they don't distribute in Australia anymore. Really mad at myself. Such is life. It was meant to be, you know? And if it's meant to come back, it will. So that's just the way it works. Because life is perfect, right? Wherever you are, however you are, life is working perfectly for you. And if it's not, it's trying to teach you a lesson. It's trying to teach you how to get out of that and into perfection. Dushan says, I have vintage Noir Exquise. Nutella, you mean the brand that tastes like chocolate hazelnut? Yes. Yes, that one. Christine says, I'm a huge nut fan. I was a squirrel in my past life. I love sweet perfumes because I'm a bitter bitch. I love bitter perfumes more than I love sweet. Like bitter, like this sort of stuff. Bitter and green is, I love that way more than sweet, like rich, cakey, sweet perfumes. Rose Barbar is a bit bitter. The Frederick Mull roses are a bit bitter. Buy natural peanut butter or make your own. except for peanut butter ice cream. Oh, so delicious. What's happening, Pat Lester? In Pavarotti, now I know why Rich loves it. It's probably the honey. Rich is after the queen bee in Pavarotti. Pat Lester, do you like the honey in it? She will keep on calling until you come. When I was younger, I would throw away bottles of perfume thinking I needed a newer, fresher bottle. Wow, was I uninformed. Right? If we can only go back and fix our mistakes, but hey, that's what's made you who you are today, are those mistakes. Have you tried Polo 67? Yeah, I have. I tried it only because Aaron Judge was the face of it, the captain of the Yankees. Like, literally the only reason I had interest in it. I would never have, I probably would have walked past it like normally. But yeah, I've tried it. Sandra says peanut butter is inflammatory even if organic. Better options are blanched almond butter, tree nut butter, or pistachios. They are delicious too. I didn't know they were inflammatory. Michael says woodcut Olympic orchids, people say, has a peanut butter opening. All right. I know L'Artisan Bois Farine by Jean-Claude Elena might be a bit peanut buttery. Or it is at least like burnt oil, cooking oil, as if somebody's just fried a piece of bread or dough in it. You know the smell of the house when you walk in, somebody's been frying oil. That's what Bois Farine is. It's very bready and oily and a bit peanutty. Peanut oil. I love me some nuts too, all types, walnuts, almonds, pistachios, says Leon. Carry On says Miss Dior Cherie had a popcorn note. I was not interested at all. All right, guys, it's time to go. It's time to get going. My battery's about to crap. We're at 9%. The day is getting old. It has lost its youth. It's 5 in the evening. Leon says, bye, I'll be waiting on the beach. Enjoy your time. Are you wearing a sexy bikini? What are you wearing? Are you wearing a polka dotted bikini? Oh, he says my wife buys 100% peanut butter. Just peanuts. It's really nice with honey on toast. Cashew butter is great too. It's slightly lighter flavor. Macadamias are native to Australia and are cheap here. Yeah, 100% peanut butter might be the way to go. But Nutella, are we good with Nutella or no? We all know what happens when Eugene's battery dies, just like that. But he says 68 more minutes, please. Hi, Kendall. Yes, thank you for liking the stream. Turned on, what is happening? Good to see everyone. Friday afternoon, evening, wherever you guys. Hope you guys are having a great time, a great day, a great life, a great moment. I'll take a great moment. Ooh, there's a paramedic picking somebody up over there. Damn, I wonder what happened. I didn't even notice. I've been here the whole time. I haven't even noticed. Definitely a bikini. Need the tan. Ooh. 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 Pat Lester says, when will you release your new fragrance? Pat, as soon as I know, Pat, I don't know yet because I don't have a timeline. I will let you guys know. I promise, I promise, I promise, I promise. I will let you guys know as soon as I find out. But I would say, honestly, like the best I can give you from now is probably about 2 months from now. That would be like August 1st. I might even wait till after the fall, you know what I mean? Because to launch a perfume in the middle of the summer, I'm not sure how that's going to work. So we might even wait till fall. Like, I'm not in any sort of rush. I would love to get it out there because I'm excited, right? But I'm not in a rush. There's nothing to rush, like, you know what I mean? I have nobody to rush for. I have nobody pushing me other than you guys, but I have no boss or supervisor or any sort of administration saying it has to be out by a certain time or day. Or, but yeah, I'd like to get it out soon too, just because it's been so long. I've been working on it for so long. But yeah, I imagine by the summer, August, maybe even September. Oh, he says, see you soon. My Saturday has just started. Enjoy Cartier evening. All right, see you too, Ois. Have a great Saturday. We're doing whatever it is you guys are doing. Do a summer fragrance. How much of the juice new recipe do you have right now? Just a very, very little bit. Very little. Very, very little. Very, very little. Okay, well, I'll stay with you guys until the battery dies. Next time I see and hear, try Paco Rabanne Put Home. Absolutely a banger. Yeah, that's a nice barbershop fougere. The classic Paco Rabanne. A nice soapy, super soapy. Green, fresh, spicy, nice masculine classic. Do a summer frag, that's a cool idea. I'm the president of People Republic of China. I'm watching. I've been to your country. I was invited to your country invited me. Do you know you need to go to China? You need to be invited. You have to go to the embassy, fill out the papers. It's pretty strict, eh? It's a process. Never reveal me. I'll never say a word. I'll never say a word. China was an interesting experience. A little bit chaotic. In some ways, things were more interesting and I feel like a better, simpler way of life, but in other ways it was chaotic. Like when I seen the way they run their wiring, like electrical wires, absolutely zero safety standards. It looks like everything is just like a ball of yarn, like kittens have been playing with balls of yarn and for days and days and days, and everything has become unraveled and kind of mixed up. It was so bizarre to see something like that. The way wiring was run. No safety whatsoever. And then use summer fragrance for the beach. My Britney Spears is running low. Best beach fragrance. How about Guerlain's Terracotta? I like that for the beach. Suntan lotion. Or how about Dior's Eden Rock? I think Eden Rock is a good beach fragrance. It's very creamy and pastel-y, but a bit fruity and fresh floral. Have you tried Hermès Eau Merveille Bleu? Very beachy. You really making a parfum? Should we tell Sebastian? Or should we keep it a secret? Or let him figure it out on his own? Peppermint Peach. Virgin Island Water Ultimate Beach Fragrance. All right, Virgin Island Water. There you go. Best beach fragrance? It has to have, yeah, that coconut rum lime thing. I agree. It's got to have a bit of that. But it's also got to have some florals, white florals. A beach fragrance should have white florals. Should it be like, should it have any sort of resemblance of the water? Should it be salty at all? Should it be seaweedy? Should it be aquatic? Should a beach fragrance be aquatic? Should it be ozonic? How about Aqua de Jo? Is that not the best beach fragrance ever? Cream and floral sounds nice. Best beach fragrance, Gorse. Bossa by Granado is so beachy. Check it out. All right. Beachy. Not exactly beachy. A Peace Marine is like, it is very aquatic, but it's way more marina-like with a deep green sea kind of a vibe. Very seaweedy. Super salty and bitter and briny, fruity, citrusy. I like that a lot, but I find it a bit challenging to wear, I'll be honest. It's so peppery. Black pepper and I love all of these spices in there. Cumin and cardamom. Lise Méditerranée. Yeah, another good freshie. Yeah. Mediterranean. Not quite oceanic, you know, but it does have watery accords to it. I get like ankle deep water with Lise Méditerranée. I don't get, I don't really get a whole sea. Chance, au fraîche at the beach. Shoutouts to India. Shoutouts Ayush. Healy, Salmarin, nice aquatic. I don't think I've ever smelled Salmarin. Should I try that Salmarin? That's what I want to know. Should I try it? Nutella and weed, a bad combo. I agree. Let's get rid of the Nutella. I agree. Horrible combo. I was just asking you guys your opinion of Nutella. Nutella tastes like plastic to me. I bet you there's not an ounce of real chocolate in there. But I don't want to make that claim because I don't know for sure. But it tastes way more plasticky. I don't know. I think smelling all the ingredients in perfume has screwed up my palate when it comes to consuming other things like food, especially with food, because now I can start like tasting the synthetics. Like I'm always like my son, I'm like, you know what the best thing about drinking a Diet Coke is? It doesn't feel like, it just feels like I'm drinking a science project. And he's like, I agree, I fully agree. And as strange as that sounds, it's actually really cool. But yeah, the perfume thing has really fucked up my palate in the way that everything, like anything that kind of smells semi-synthetic, I'm like, oh, it's just like, it's become bothersome, you know? So, yeah, there's that. How about you guys? Has wearing perfume ruined, like, I guess it's the snobbiness of perfume, being able to pick out specific things and knowing what bothers you and staying away from them, right? Staying away from those ingredients or that palette, you know what I mean? And then transferring that over to food or even coffee. SV says Healy Salmarin is fantastic. If you ever come to China again, do let me know. You just need to inform my security personnel or diplomats. I will make you American billionaire. Deal. Deal. I'm already a billionaire. Right here, I'm already a billionaire. But probably a trillionaire. I feel like a trillionaire. I got all the love in the world. Nutella is reformulated. It's definitely not. I would love to taste the vintage Nutella. I'd actually just like to compare a list of ingredients of vintage Nutella and modern day Nutella. And I bet you it's not even identical. Same as ketchup. Look at ketchup, vintage ingredients of ketchup and modern day ketchup. It's crap. It's not even ketchup. You're talking about Nutella like Charlie Brown talks about the little redheaded girl. I'm waiting for you to say good grief. Good grief. I think Nutella has cacao powder in it, not cocoa butter. There's probably some norlimbinol and akigala wood in Nutella too. Hey, there's a reason you don't get chocolate in Nutella. Because it's hazelnut. But isn't it a hazelnut and chocolate spread? Isn't there supposed to be cacao in Nutella? You might be right. You know, you might be right. And Nutella is mostly saturated palm tree oil. Yeah, and what other oil? How many oils do they have in there? How many different types of oils are in Nutella? Is it just one? How many different vegetable oils? I think an actual nut would taste better than Nutella. Make your own Nutella. Very philosophical Nutella talk. What would Lucy from Charlie Brown wear? What would Lucy say? Which batch code Heinz should I get? OG, vintage, Colinouge. Colinouge at Enchanté. He'll get you vintage ketchup and Nutella. I bet you he has it. Janet says, I found some vintage Nutella when I was cleaning out my daughter's closet after she went off to university. Petrified, along with petrified Oreo cookies. I bet Oreo cookies are completely different today, too. Jinping, you love fragrances also? Yeah, tell us, Jinping, what do you wear? How's China treating you? Tell us about China. What should we know about China that you think we wouldn't know? What's the best thing about China? I am sick of food, says Milosh. I don't want to eat when I see prices soaring. Just stick to unprocessed food, natural whole foods, one ingredient foods is what I like to eat. Eggs, beef, chicken, honey. I eat a ton of honey. Even though it's sweet, it's natural. I eat a ton of it. I put honey almost like, when I cook beef in the evening, I'll pour a little bit, like a teaspoon of honey, maybe a spoon, maybe a little bit bigger, sometimes a little bit more than a teaspoon, you know what I mean? On my ground beef. Instead of having to put ketchup, you know, ketchup's just nasty. That stuff will give you hemorrhoids. Ketchup will give you hemorrhoids. Janet says, I kept the petrified Oreo cookie because I couldn't stop laughing. I put it in a vintage blue mason jar like a museum piece. There you go. If you keep, let's say, a McDonald's Happy Meal for 10 years, it'll look the exact same. They won't grow any mold. It'll look like you just bought it that morning, just dried out. Omar says, Kirkland hazelnut spread over Nutella, no palm tree oil. Ketchup or malt vinegar? Vinegar on the fries. There used to be so much cream in, oh. You look like Mr. Bean. Ma'am? Oh, it's pretty original. Just like Coca-Cola is good for cleaning your toilet. It's a Bois says, picked up a vintage bottle of Baptême de Feu from Serge yesterday. Baptême de Feu. Baptême de Feu. Why can't I remember Baptême de Feu? I don't remember it right now for some reason. But I imagine it's very smoky. Feu de bois. How old were you when your white hairs started coming out? Mine are trying to bloom. Yours are trying to bloom. You know what? I always used to get a taper cut, so like my grays are mostly here. You know what I mean? I got a few up here, but they're mostly here, and I never noticed them because I always used to get a taper haircut. But now that I've been letting my hair grow a little bit longer, I'm like, oh, the grays are there. I wonder how long they've been there. I don't know. They could have been there for years, or it could be a new thing, but I don't know. I haven't really noticed them until I started letting my hair grow, which is recently. If you go into my older videos, I don't think they'll be there, the grays. Not like this anyway. But we're letting those shine too. Au natural, baby. One ingredient items. Whole food. Those grays are whole foods. You guys like the grays? Yeah. 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 What have you done for me today? I actually put in a good word for you, Chuck. I have put in a good word for you. So you can expect something coming back to you very soon. Something good is coming to you in the next couple hours. Wait for it. It's coming. But let me know when it gets there. All right, Chuck? That's what I did for you. Let me know, Chucky, when it gets there, because it's coming. Chucky, how are you? How about you? How about you guys? How are you guys doing? How are you guys struggling with gray hairs? Are you guys coloring them? Are you guys getting grays? I have decided not to color mine. I feel like I'd look like a bigger wanker if I colored them than if I just kept them original, you know? But how are you guys dealing with grays? I think it's more acceptable for men, I feel. I don't know. I think women have a more of a tendency to color their hair than men do. But Janet says, I would rather give up meat than cheese. Cheese is a masterpiece of chemistry and artistry. That's a really good point. There's a lot of, it's a big process to get cheese, right? And you have to do it safely too. You don't want to spoil that. Yeah, I agree with it, but I don't agree with the first statement about choosing cheese. No, I wouldn't replace meat for anything. No, there's nothing I would eat than a steak. If I can choose one meal for the rest of my life, it's a steak. It's a bloody steak. Red, partially blue. But cheeses, I love cheese too, but not like meat. I can live one steak a day for the rest of my life and nothing else. I would be happy. Maybe a couple of figs and a spoon of honey and some cinnamon. I'd be happy with that. One like 16-ounce steak per day. Maybe 2 potatoes, half cup of rice. I could survive off of that. With a little fire. Just set up a little fire. Right? What else do you need? You don't need cupcakes. You don't need Doritos. You don't need all that stuff. Your hair looks great. Thank you. Salt and pepper daddy. All natural. My hair will probably be all white by the time I hit 40. That's what nature calls, you know?